today's workout. This is the 100 to 10 challenge round. It's one big round. Starting at 100 reps, going all the way down to 10. In the middle, you've got two time-based workouts at 60 seconds and 30 seconds. Range of workouts, this will hit everything, upper body, lower body, conditioning. We're starting with the jump rope, as you can see here, that's 100 jumps. And if you don't have access to a jump rope, you can switch this out for a basic squat jump. You're going to get the same momentum, and it's a good switch to go into. If you don't have a rope, if you've got a rope, brilliant, just get the reps. You can go on. The point of this is to try and go unbroken, but if you need to break, feel free to take a break. It is a time-based workout as well. You want to try and do this. This has a 20-minute time cap. You should be able to get through this in 20 minutes. I've done this twice. The one you're seeing now is my unbroken attempt, and that was 13 minutes 15, I believe. Done with a partner who isn't on the same fitness level as me. We took 21 minutes, I think 22 seconds, but we did add breaks in between each exercise. Okay, if you really want to break it down to a much simpler level, you can start lower. Instead of starting 100 to 10, you start at 10 to 1. So start with 10 reps, go through it on 10, 9, down to 1. But you want to do that at least 3 sets. So you get to 1 once you hit the burpee at the end, rest for a minute, and then do another round, rest, and do another round. So you want 3 rounds total. As you can see, this is me breaking through the curtsy lunges, 90 reps. You count one side as a rep. The same on the shoulder taps coming up next. One tap is a rep. You can double up if you really want to push. You can double up and count both sides as one rep. But to start with, you're going to find it easier counting in either side as a rep. Yeah, like I said, so it's 3 rounds of going 10 to 1. To improve that, once you get good at that, try stepping it up to 5 rounds of 10 to 1, and then your next 2 workouts are going to be from the 100 down to the 10. Add the rest when you need to. By the time you get to 100, if you've done the lower progression and started with 10 to 1 for 2 days, if you're trying this 4 days in a week, you're trying to do 2 days of doing 10 to 1. By the time you get to 100, you should find that more manageable to do if you've done the regression sets at the start of the week. As you can see, it is tough. It is going to burn legs, especially if you don't have the jump rope and you get into squat jumps, into the curtsy lunge. It's a real tax, but the 2 different styles hit a lot of aspects of your legs. You're going to hit the abductors for these curtsy lunges. It's going to hit the inside of your legs. That's why you crisscross compared to the jump squat, which is mostly quads and your hamstrings. The next phase after this is the calf raise. So just to go through the list of exercises, it's a jump rope or a squat jump into a curtsy lunge, shoulder taps, you're going to need the mat, calf raises. If you've got a step for that, even better. If you haven't, you'll see in the video, I just do it standing on the ledge. 60 seconds of plank, then you go normal squats, and you hit a bit of core with the Russian twist. Mountain climbers at 30 seconds, 20 push-ups, and then burpees to finish off at 10. Like I said, regress if you need to. Warm up, definitely going to need that warm up. You don't need to, obviously, if you've got jump rope, the jump rope will act as a good warm up for you. Let's see, there you go with the shoulder taps, one side. I've got a little bit of wobble there, but you want to try and minimize that wobble. Keep the feet wide, nice stable base. Lock that core in and try and minimize that wobble. I was going for time, so I did let the form drop a little bit, but you want to try and keep that. So as you can see, I'm keeping that nice straight line. I haven't got my bum raised in the air like a lot of people do. You want to keep those hands underneath those shoulders, nice and stable base, and just lock that core out and tap those shoulders, count it through. And then break when you need to. I've broken this down into sets of 2 sets of 40, I believe. And you can do sets of, when you go to 100, you can break it to sets of 20. It's what, break it down however you see fit to get through it. And moving on, next is going to be the calf raises. So I'm trying to decide which way to stand for this. But there, and just stand, keep that core nice and tight, and lift up one of those toes, try and hold it at the top, and come back down. Like I said, if you've got a step and a ledge to come off that, to give it that decline on the way down, even better. Try not to use your arms to swing as much. It's all about pushing up onto those toes and back down. You will feel this in your calf. It's 70 reps. Again, break that down how you see fit, and go through it from there. The main trick of this is to keep that posture and that core nice and tight. Don't try to slouch into it. Keep nice and tight, engage that core, and just lift up onto those toes. Try and hold at the top if you can, and then come back down onto the floor. This version that I'm doing here is a good starting point before you get onto a step, because the step obviously does bring in the slightly more the balance issue, and if you're not used to being on a step, it is going to throw you off and you're going to break it even more. This you can go unbroken. I decided to throw around just to give my legs a bit of a rest, and shake off through the core. So if you're pushing up onto, if you're doing it right, you are going to feel this through your calves every time you come up. Try and get onto your toes as much as you can, hold at the top, and then drop down. Here we go into the plank. As you can see, I've got my legs nice and straight, arms bent, nice 90-degree angle on the front, hands slightly apart. You want your elbows underneath your shoulders, form that nice straight line. And keep that nice straight line from head to toe. Try not to dip the knees too much. Obviously, if you need to rest, lower the knee from that point that it's on. Don't sit back on your feet. Knees go straight down, tap the floor and come up. Try not to have your bum too high in the air or too low when you dip. I said, no one's going to have a perfectly straight line because obviously everybody's different, but you want to try and keep that as straight as you can. I am waving and dipping a little bit, but that core, and trust me, that is burning. And 60 seconds is a long time when you're laying in that plank position. Engage that core, squeeze the glutes. That will really help keep that solid line in there as well. Basic bodyweight squat. You see, you want to keep that shoulder width stance. Turn the feet out if you need to make the knees go straight. All about the hip hinge on this. Push that hip backwards and go down as low as you can. If you can go all the way to the floor, brilliant, but it's that range of motion depending on how flexible your hip and your glutes and your hamstrings are. It's going to dictate how far you go down, but you want to keep that back straight as you can as you go down. Core engaged. You don't want to lean forward too much as you go down. Try and keep upright, always looking forward, and just sit back. If you need a chair, put something behind you in the chair to give you that starting point. So you come down, don't sit on the chair, just tap it. As soon as you feel that tap, come straight back up, squeezing the glutes at the top. Yeah, the Russian twist, as you can see. It's a slight, like 45-degree lean back, cross the feet. You don't need to lift the feet on this one. You can keep them pinned to the floor to give it that balance. What I try and do here on my rotation is, instead of just tapping to the side, you want to rotate and tap behind you. Try and get your hand behind you. The more you can twist, the more you're going to engage those obliques and really hit that core. And see, 40 isn't that long at all. And then from there, we're going to turn straight over, set the timer, go straight into those mountain climbers, and they'll literally just bounce off those toes, keep your bum low, and drive those knees up to chest as high as you can. Obviously, if you can't keep the pace shown here, obviously I do have to pause to check the time. If you can't run it, walk it out, just slow it down and just bring those knees up, alternate knees, high to the chest as best you can, as quickly as you can, to your own pace. Obviously try and speed up if you can. Obviously I know a lot of people do have issues, so just do what is suited to you. Okay, from there, this is the home straight. That's the last bit of time. You've got 2 more exercises to go after this point. So from here we go into press ups. So press up position, a lot of people get wrong. You want hands underneath those shoulders, nice solid lines, elbows not flaring to the side. When you're on a clock, you want your elbows tucking to the side, not right close to your chest, just a nice 45-degree angle down the side. Keep the core tight, keep your bum squeeze. If you need to use your knees, from where my knees are now, you just lower the knees. You don't do that and sit back. Like I did, you just drop your knees and press and go as low as you can. All the movement comes from your elbow for this. There we go. Make sure you catch your breath. So there's no set time. You just take your time if you need to. On to the last exercise, burpees. Everyone hates burpees down. This version is the down and up. So some call it a burpee. This is a down and up. So you literally jump in your feet, hands down, jump your feet up, bring them in and stand up. If you want to make it a burpee, you can progress that. This is the basic version, literally down up. To progress it, as you come down, you would jump out. It's there, jump out, press up, come up, and just stand to your feet. Add a press up, so you put chest to the floor for there. There you go, like 13, 15 to finish. If you want to add the jump or the press up to the burpee, that's your call. But to start with, I would keep it like I did there. Down, up, so literally just down, jump your feet out, jump your feet in, back up to your feet to progress. Again, take it to your pace. End of the road. We have our final core session program to see how we've gotten it. It's a nice simple one this week. Didn't want to go too hard with it. It's all a very simple 2-round minimal workout, 1 minute rest in between each round. If you want to take it up or not, aim for 3 to 4 rounds, 15 to 30 seconds of rest in between the rounds. Okay, this, like week 4, is a rep based workout. 1, 2, 5 exercises again, 10 to 12 reps we're aiming for on each exercise. So for the last one, plank at the end, 30 seconds of plank. If you want to mix it up and change it up and don't want to hit plank, you want to mix it up and stick plank in the middle, you're more than welcome to. I would always encourage, I always try and put plank at the end to really force people to lock it in, but putting it in the middle is always a good breaker, just to mix stuff up so you know you can get that technique, try and keep that line, because normally by the end a lot of people waver and the technique on the plank gets a bit slack. So if you want to switch it around, switch one out, by all means try that and give it a go and see how it works. So the exercise we've got today, quick demo, and we'll go through one round to show you how it all ties together. Okay, crunch and sit up, or crunch and twist is going to be first exercise. I said 10 to 12 reps in this. We've done this before in previous weeks, just in case you need some. Right, maybe crunch there, belly down, shoulders up, coming up to the shoulders, just lifting the shoulders, hands to the knees,
keeping the shoulders off the mat, don't flatten out. Keep that tension in the core keeping up. If you're going to do sit up, you go crunch, sit up. So if you need to, lower the knees, crunch, sit up. Or if you want to have the twist, it's over there. It's crunch, the crunch, twist, twist, crunch, twist, twist. One good thing, because this is a minimum of 2 rounds, I would suggest on your first one, say crunch and attempt to sit up, do crunch and sit up. On the first round, second round, crunch and twist, if you can, just to mix it up so you don't go a bit too competitive doing the crunch and twist. At least try to sit up for one of the rounds and then use the other round to switch it and do the twist if you really do struggle with the sit up. But at least try the sit up first time round. We're done. Raised leg heel touch. It's always a good one. I've had clients in classes try this one. Normal heel touch. People get a bit complacent at doing that and have the feet right in. So all we do is keeping the shoulders off the mat, go down, bend your knees. So you want that slight angle. Like you can do this indoors over the edge of a sofa or a chair. Put your feet up on the chair, and all you're going to do is reach. You've got to bring your shoulders off the floor for this one, and reach for those heels. You're going to aim at your ankle. Go side to side. There. Don't back in too much. Side to side. Okay. Next is mountain climbers. Then at this point you could then go from the heel touch to your plank if you wanted to. And for this one we're going to do heels. We're going to do mountain climbers. So we're going to have hands, shoulder width, there. Bounce off those toes. Really bring those knees up to the chest. Obviously, if you struggle with that pace, slow it down and just step it out. Bring those knees all the way up to the chest as high as you can. Get that bounce what you want. That nice light bounce on those toes, bring them up. Yeah. Moving on. Exercise number 4 is your alternating V-sit. So it's that position there. Sitting down. There. Don't need to normally cross the feet. There. There. Feet up. What you're going to do, have your hands on the floor for support if you need it. Just stretch one leg out at a time. Back up and chest up if you can. One leg out, back in, other leg out, out. If you need your hands there, those people with their hands down for support. There, alternating, in, out. Just straighten one leg at a time. This is going to feel on your hips and that rotation. Okay, get the hands there. Keep it low if you can. Same at the floor, alternating in and out. Okay. So, last exercise, number 5, is the plank. Slight little twist on this version of it today. So it's only 30 seconds to start with, but all we're going to do is put hands down. And try and change it so you can see there, plank there, and all you're going to do is roll that hip. Hip touch, side sets from there. And all you're going to do is roll those hips down the position. Okay, so all you're doing there is you're just rolling side to side. You don't want to roll your legs. What you want to try and do is there. A lot of people do that and they're all the way roll to the side. Don't want to shift all your weight. Keep that locked there, and you're literally just moving your hip. So you're minimizing the roll, and making all the movement literally from the hip. So legs try and stay straight, core is tense, and you're just shifting that hip point to the mat. If you do struggle with that one, keep it to a normal level plank, and that will be more than enough. That's it. So there's your forward. Let's go run around through it just to see how it all flows, because there's no rest in between. See how it all flows together, shall we? So, first one, crunch sit up, 10 to 12 reps. Going for, so it's crunch and sit up. So, try and mix it, so I'll show you half and half. This one, so you've got crunch, sit up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, straight into those heel touch. Thanks, Thomas. V-sits. Finish off with the plank. 30 seconds. So, that's with all these, especially the heel touch, climbers and sit-ups. You want to count both legs as 1 rep. If you can, to really get the most out of that. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, not alternate. Both sides keep that balance. Both sides count as that 1 rep. That's it. Minute rest after that plank. Hit it again. So if you're only aiming for 2, if you only hit 10 reps on the first set, and push for that 12 reps on the second set. Obviously, if the core is something you usually train in, by means you can go more than 12, so we're going pushing it up to 15 reps. And towards the end, you can go 10, aim for 12, really push for 15 if you can by the end of it. Okay, that is the core workout for this week. Hopefully you guys get on with that and do really well with that progress. Like I said, if you want to switch the plank with say the climbers, just switch those two around, put the plank in the middle and finish with the climbers. By all means try that if you feel that you get a better workout on that. By all means, I say give it a go, try it. If it doesn't work, obviously just go back to the order we've done today. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, get on with it, and we'll see you.